Yo, what's up guys? Honey here, bringing you Wiseman's Grandchild anime review. This was episode 10. This was a very unique episode to say the most. It was more build up than anything. But it starts off with Shin and his group, and he's teaching them how to fly. And he's shifting them out at, I think it's like 6 at a time to fly. And like fly in a group and get the hang of it, and he switch back and forth. And as he's doing that, we get to switch over to Scrotum. And we actually get to learn his backstory, because Maria is kind of like sad and depressed on why he's so up-bent on destroying the nobles and the commoners of this country that they're in. And he succeeded in doing that, and she wants to know why. And we actually get his backstory. And back in the day, his name wasn't Scrotum. Of course, as we know, it's Oliveria, if I'm pronouncing it right. But I'm just gonna keep calling him Scrotum, or Oliver for short. But basically what happened is he was the only duke that was not treating his people unfairly. Like the commoners, he was treating them fairly, and he was giving them jobs and money and food and stuff. And he was being a really nice person. But the other commoners from other places under other dukes saw this opportunity. It was like, if we can live over there under him, we would have life set for us. So a lot of people was actually doing this, and they was actually leaving their cities to go to his. And a lot of these other dukes couldn't pay the money that they needed to pay the emperor to stay as dukes under their city. So they basically conspired against Scrotum, and they had brung him over, and they had him for 2 months held up in the study hall, talking about different plans and bribing him to stay, as they spread out these rumors that he's kidnapping young ladies and he's shipping them off to slavery and stuff like that. And then they had this one moment where fake military men are asking men and the villagers for help to gather a wagon that supposedly has cargo. And when they went, this cargo had the symbol of Scrotum's family, and there were female in there that was captured. And again, these guys were fake cops. It wasn't really real military people. And all the guys got upset that their kids and women were disappearing, and Scrotum was doing this, and they felt betrayed. So they actually ended up going to Scrotum's house, and they actually burned it to the ground, somewhat. Sad part is, we found out Scrotum had a wife, and she was pregnant. So when he came back that night that it was on flame, he was able to blow off the flame, but once he got to the house, the wife was already there laying there dead. Now there were 3 men with weapons in their hand, and she wasn't burnt, but she looked like she had like wounds on her, like they probably beat her or whatever. So they didn't really show it, and I'm not a light novel or manga reader, so I can't really say if they actually beat her to death, or was it flames, or did she get like an anxiety attack from like this event happening, and she like panicked and she like maybe got a seizure or something from that. I don't really know. But the point is, when Scrotum came home and he found her dead, he snapped. And he basically, as you see in one of my thumbnails, his energy, he nuked the whole thing. And that was the first time that he became a demonized human. And that's what gave him his idea to take vengeance against the kingdom that he's in. And we also find out that the king that inspired him to be a nice person and to treat commoners with respect as you do noblemen was actually the kingdom of Airsheld, which Shin and his people, they live in that kingdom. So I believe this kingdom is called the Dimitri Kingdom, and then the Airsheld Kingdom is where Shin lives at with his friends in the school. So, and it's nice to see how that ties in, how like dukes or ducks, how he treats his people, and how the other noble people, how they treat their underlings. That inspires Scrotum to become a better person in life. Sadly, other people couldn't accept that, and they decided you needed to go. And the way they plotted it out was just horrible. But excuse me if you hear my phone in the back. But as I continue, we shift over to the regular time zone. You know, Scrotum talking to his people, and we see a conflict between him and some of his demonized humans. Some of them want to leave and cause more havoc, and some just wants to stay. So he tells those who wanted to leave, go ahead and leave. And after they had a discussion, everyone left. We see the guy with glasses, I believe his name is Zutz. He told one of his henchmen, who is one of his top henchmen personally, with red hair, some young kid. He was like, go to Starweed and cause some trouble there with the demonized humans that left. And the reason why he wants this to happen is because Starweed is in the border between these two countries, Earth, Shield, and the Mars, and they want to start that conflict with Shin and them. Since now Storm is more stronger, they want to see if he can compete and get revenge against Shin and give him a new gold. Because right now he's just sitting in the throne room depressed. He doesn't really have a goal no more since he succeeded in his goal. Now Zetsu wants him to, I guess, continue his goal to other countries and dominate them as well. And then we get to shift over to the end of the anime, which was very intriguing. A news messenger told, Dex and his son August, who he was actually having his crown prince ceremony, official ceremony, to let everyone know he is going to be the next king. He got interrupted by one of the guards stating this magic news, and August was like, thank you. And he told the people, we're going to go and we're going to take care of this. Our study group has been trained for this. Then he gave the floor to Shin, and Shin was like, why me? He's like, well, it'd be better since you're the friend who first killed the demon eyes that you give this speech. Plus, I need you to think of a good name for us. And Shin, he got the courage to go up there and talk in front of everybody. And the name of the group that he gave them was called the Ultimate Magicians. So that would be Shin and his squad's basically name. Even though technically Shin shouldn't be getting involved in military affairs, that was actually one of the agreement between Merlin and Guru. Meladin and Gurren, for the king to use him. But I guess if Shin hops on his own, I guess it's okay. Or if his study group, which is not part of the military, I guess if they hop in and do anything, it's okay because they're not part of the military. So I guess that's fine. Problem is, the way the episode ended is that they all used their floating magic and they actually floated upwards and they started flying and they left. So a lot of people was very shocked and intrigued with that, even the king himself. So if that spreads to other kingdoms, and they find out that Shin Wolfwood is the one who created this magic and he's the first person to destroy a demonized person in like the over 100 years besides Merlin, that's gonna pique other kings and magicians' interest, and that's gonna put more of a target on Shin. So I can't wait to see how that plays out in the future, and I can't wait to see how all these guys training, how it's gonna pay off when they reach that city. Cause there's a whole bunch of demonoid people. So I want to see how they're going to combat that and what's going to go down. But this was a good episode. Again, it was more build up and backstory, but it was done very, very well. And it didn't feel boring or cheesy, and it actually got you intrigued into the story more. I know a lot of people are not really liking this anime so far because it's more of a slice of life fantasy series than it is an action adventure series. So that's turning a lot of people off from it. But it's pretty good. Again, I don't read the manga or the light novel, so I don't really know much about it. And if I pronounce any of the name wrong, please forgive me. Just let me know down below what I pronounced wrong and the right pronunciation of it. But that's all I have for you guys. Like, comment, share, subscribe, share with your family and friends. Give this video a like. Follow me on Twitter, link me down below. Also, make sure you hit the notification bell, because sometimes YouTube has been very iffy with the notifications and stuff. So you have to make sure you subscribe and notification bell. Make sure both of them are on. And tell me down below what you liked and didn't like about this episode. That's all I have for you guys. Peace and have a good one.